But before I get Daniel to share, right, there's a couple of things that I would like to go through with you. Hopefully, it will further enhance your presentation, okay, in your resale appointment and also your new launches. Okay, my question to all of you here is, okay, everybody on the ground, can I just ask your feel about the Singapore property market? How are you feeling the property market right now? If you think it is super hot, okay, maybe you type 10 inside the chat group. If you think it is like lukewarm, just warm, yes, people are buying their transactions, prices, okay, so you type 5. If you think it's cold, wow, you meet a lot of people, everybody give you a lot of objections, don't want to buy, very difficult to fix appointment, you type 1. Okay, so 1 to 10, how would you rate Singapore property market? Right? Come, can you all type inside the group chat? At least I can see how are you all doing in today's market. 1 to 10. Come, everybody, 1 to 10. How are you all feeling? Okay, I saw 10, 7, 8. Okay, for those who are typing in, please type into the panelists and attendees so that everybody can see. Right, so majority of you, okay, put more than 8 to 10, which is very right lah. Somehow or rather, despite COVID situation, the property market has been doing very well. There's a lot of transactions. There is Pasir Ris 8, okay, in one side of Singapore that transact more than $2,000 per square foot. Okay, RCR hit record-breaking prices. Okay, even core central region, the pricing are all increasing. Developers are moving, taking away discount if you realize. Okay, so I must say, we are very privileged to be in this business, okay, with all this flexibility, high commission, good transactions, good deals coming into, okay, the property market. I think everybody should leverage, make use of this opportunity to continue to sell since the property market is so warm, so hot. Okay, so I took some slides from recent BD meeting. I just want to emphasize on this thing called the remaining unsold units as of June 2021. If you can see, this is the OCR, okay, outside core central region, right? You look at the number of unsold units, you realize, okay, in the mass market, we do not have a lot of units left. Okay, even projects like 𝙕𝙃, we have only 150, Park Como 122, Treasures. Somehow or rather, in 2 years' time, then they managed to sell almost 2,000 units. They are only left with 186 units left, right? Riverfront, Affinity, both have done very well, almost fully sold soon. Probably we got a little bit more at Dairy Farm, right? So Dairy Farm in the western part of Singapore. Claiborne has been doing well. Okay, 1 year plus, they sell 500 over units. Okay, the reason why this is important to show you so that you must understand and let your customer know that there isn't a lot of product. So trust me, moving forward, the prices will continue to go up. Okay, developers, when given a chance to bid for a government land sale in OCR, they will continue to bid a higher price, and there will be more developers going into every GLS bidding. Okay, next, this is RCR. RCR has been doing well for very long, right? So if you look at the remaining unsold units, okay, same thing. Okay, 3 residents recently have been fully sold already. Okay, 1953 Penrose Park Estate, everybody has been selling very well. Even Normanton Park, who recently started to launch, okay, managed to sell 900 over units with in less than 1 year. So I think they have done a great job here. Okay. Okay. Next, core central region. Right, core central region, you realize that, okay, there will be a little bit more supply. That's why developers are more willing to negotiate, especially if you're working on their project. they are more willing to give you extension of time whenever necessary. Okay, once in a while, we do experience that projects coming out with a very good offer, irresistible offer. Okay, projects like here on Holland, right? So they come out with very good promotion to sell their project. Moving forward, trust me, core central region, there will be a few more developers who are willing, okay, to give good discount. So I want everyone who are listening here to open up your eyes. If you have got customers who wants to venture into core central region, I think this is a good time. Foreigners are not into Singapore yet, so probably Singaporeans or your customer or even yourself, okay, if you have the budget, you should consider core central region. Okay, so what are we trying to do here? Okay, from a salesperson, from a consultant point of view, our mission is always to provide unbiased real estate advice, okay, and empower all our clients, all our consumers with the right knowledge. If you realize there's a deprive in knowledge somehow or rather, every of your customers or even property agents, they're always onto YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, the social media, looking out for valuable information, looking out for salespeople who are willing to empower them with knowledge. Okay, so moving forward, this should be your direction if you want to do well in real estate. I emphasize again, your mission as a real estate salesperson is to empower your consumer with the right real estate knowledge, okay, and investment advice. So today I want to touch on a little bit about serving buyers. Everybody wants to hit the jackpot with new launch. Okay, so the way we serve buyers becomes very important, right? So of course, there's two sides of the coin. There's people who focus on getting a lot of listings, signing exclusive, nothing wrong. Okay, but if you understand, the other side of the coin is always to serve buyers. When you are in control of your buyers, somehow or rather, they will trust what you recommend. Okay, they'll buy whatever property that you tell them to buy. So I'm going to share with you this two-step formula to identify profitable properties. So you realize that actually out there, if you want to close a deal, you make sure you have got a step-by-step formula for your customer to follow. And if you can enroll them with your formula, with your framework on how they will identify good property, okay, if they trust what you say, somehow or other, you should be able to close a deal. So we have got two steps. Okay, if you are ready, can you just type number 2 so that I know you want to know what are the 2 steps? Right, so 2-step formula to identify profitable property. First step, I want everybody to understand, like it or not, okay, everybody must understand this proven characteristic of a profitable property. Let me ask you a question for you guys listening out there. Why must this one of the steps be proven? Why is it important to be proven? Right? To me, very simple. It's either you keep selling customers about the future, what is up and coming, the transformation plan, okay, which is nothing wrong, don't get me wrong. But to me, somebody who is more into the data, into the facts and figures, I felt it must be something that has been done before, okay? Buying this kind of property, that means that last time somebody buy before, it is proven that this kind of property works. This kind of property becomes profitable, right? So every property that you buy, if you can enroll your customer into proven characteristic, it will be easier to sell. And let me ask you, what is characteristic about a property? Can somebody just type inside the group chat, what do you understand about this word characteristic? Okay, what kind of characteristic? I give you one example. Tenure is one characteristic. What other characteristic do you normally discuss with your customers? Come, can you just type inside the group chat? Okay, we see location. Location will give you your district, your region. Okay, what else? Come, everybody, for those who are listening. Total number of units, true. Okay, these are something that whereby you need to discuss. Big project, small project, you need to understand why buy this kind of project and why don't buy this kind of project. Okay, give me a probably 2 to 3 more. Anybody? Is land size important? Okay, land size. Developer, is it important? All right. So these are a couple of characteristics that you get to understand, you get to discuss, okay, with your customers. In short, somehow or rather, I believe some of you are already practicing this. Okay, it's just that you didn't put into presentation kit for your customers to go through. Okay, so end day, no matter what characteristic you put, it must be profitable. Okay, last time this kind of property ever made money before, right? So step 1 is proven characteristic of a profitable property that you need to identify and help your customer choose the property. Yes, I saw schools, right? Good schools is also something that we want to discuss. Okay, whether is it 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers to the school, it is also important. Transformation. Okay, I actually do have a checklist that I usually go through with customers, especially when they comes to comparison. I will write down in point form. Okay, then we do a comparison and we come out with the final score and see which one we should go for. Okay, this is one small little trick that I use. Next, second step, you need to understand right entry price is also very important. Okay, so one project everybody must understand. Not every unit you have got a right entry price. Do you agree with me? Okay, take the recent example. Somebody can buy a 2-bedroom at Pasir Ris 8 in the morning at 1.2 million. Okay, I think it is a right entry price. But somebody who at night 9 p.m., 10 p.m. buy at 1.5 million, how many of you agree the same project at 1.5 million 2-bedroom, it is not a right entry price anymore, right? If you can buy Pasir Ris 8 at 1.5 million, I remember about 6 months to 9 months ago, I sold Copper at Newton District 9. It's also 1.5 million for a 2-bedroom, right? So right entry price, okay, is also extremely important. Okay, so 2 things. I repeat again, proven characteristic of a profitable property. So if you meet a situation, you meet a property, okay, situation A, whereby it has got a proven characteristic of a profitable property, but it doesn't have a right entry price. Do you buy or don't buy, ladies and gentlemen? Do you buy or don't buy? Okay, the answer is don't buy. All right. So you must fulfill these 2 formula before you ask your customers to buy. Okay. Situation B. If you do not have a proven characteristic of a profitable property, but you do have a right entry price, right? Okay. My suggestion is don't buy as well. Why? Because next time it will be very difficult for you to sell. Okay. So this is situation B. You only go into situation C, okay, whereby proven characteristic of a profitable property is there, a right entry price is there, then you will ask your buyers to buy. Okay. So what is proven characteristic of a profitable property? Think about it. Most of our customers, they only have got one chance to buy under their own name. Okay, for the next 3 to 5 years, whether they make money or not, largely depend on the project that you help them shortlist. All right. So I'm not going to go through about pricing today. I just want to touch on 2 characteristics today because I want to hand over the stage to Daniel. So today, example, if you are discussing, your customers always come back to you, okay, about freehold, leasehold. How many of you experience customers whereby they only want freehold, right? Can you just type yes inside the group chat? If you know customers, they always want to buy freehold only. So this is one characteristic. But my question to you is, freehold, leasehold, which is a proven characteristic of a profitable property? Has freehold ever proved themselves that they made money before? Yes, right? There is, right? Is there a leasehold property whereby it is a characteristic that ever made money before? Yes, also. Okay, so both characteristic, whether is it freehold or leasehold, they ever made money before. But my question is, you should ask your customers, should one person buy a property just based on tenure? Okay, because we see a lot of customers who buy freehold. Obviously, freehold, leasehold, if you put them together, freehold is a better property. But they buy just solely because of this thing called freehold, and they never consider the rest of the characteristic, right? So sometimes a lot of freehold property also lose money. So don't only buy based on the tenure, right? So I do have some slides here. Okay, when you look at the comparison, you realize that every time freehold, leasehold, there's a slight gap, there's a slight difference in the pricing in the per square foot, right? So sometimes you look at the chart on top, freehold properties outperform leasehold property in capital appreciation. When the beginning price, that means when developer, okay, launches, the premium is narrow, right? When freehold and leasehold, when they are very near to one another, like 8%, like 19%, somehow or rather later on, the prices, the gap will become bigger, it will increase. Okay, and if it is a leasehold, when the gap is huge, when the freehold is extremely more expensive, like 37% or 31% here, okay, you realize that later on the leasehold will increase in prices. So both leasehold and leasehold, they move in tandem, okay, over time. But sometimes when you go into case study, you realize that, okay, when there's a significant difference, right, it's better to buy the cheaper one, which is leasehold. When the gap is very minor, it is okay to jump into a more expensive freehold property, okay? Next, it is also very clear that we understand, you look at this 104% and 97% that I highlighted. Freehold, leasehold property, they move up and down together. During a good market prices, they will still go up, but during economy crises like SARS, okay, global financial crisis, and even COVID-19, prices will come down together even though you are freehold. So this is something that you can share with customer. So I actually did a calculation. You look at every 3 years, the difference between freehold and leasehold. You realize that over time, there's a disparity in terms of their pricing. And somehow or rather, if you all realize, I plot this from SRX, okay, over the past 15 years estimated, you realize that the gap is getting smaller. It becomes 18%, 16% recently, right? They are catching up. It's either freehold price starts to come down or leasehold price starts to go up. Okay, this is in a holistic view of Singapore real estate, right? So if you plus everybody together and you divide equally, okay, estimated, everybody must understand freehold usually holds a 20% difference, a premium over leasehold property, right? Then the gap is getting smaller if you realize. This is something that you can share with your customer. So when choosing freehold, leasehold property, okay, so if you have a freehold and leasehold, let me ask you a question. Same location, right entry price, will you buy freehold or leasehold? Okay, side by side, same location. The pricing, okay, is not too much of a difference. Which one will you buy? Yes, Surya, you are right. Okay, of course, during that location, during that time, then we will buy this freehold property. How about same location where my freehold prices is extremely high, like 30 over, just now I tell you it's 20 over percent. Okay, if you see a disparity side by side, okay, same location, but they are now selling like 25, 30%. Which property will you buy now? Freehold or leasehold? Anybody? Right? So at that point in time, then you will understand, you will then buy a leasehold property. All right. Also, leasehold in a better location, pricing within 20% range, 15-20% range, but leasehold in a better property, a better location like nearer to MRT station, etc. Sometimes freehold is a little bit further away from MRT station. My point of view, okay, from a investor, always go into the one that gives you a better return, which is the leasehold property, so that your rental yield will be higher. Next time you can sell a higher, lower price, yet make the same amount of money from the leasehold, from the freehold property. Okay. Case study. I show you this Martin Modern. Okay, guys, you hold on for a while. I just stop share for 1 minute. I just share the other screen. Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. Apologies. Okay, every time when I meet agents, I realize that freehold, leasehold is always one concern that their customer would have. All right. So this is one slide that probably later when we send it to you, you can share with your customers. Okay, my apologies. Let me just quickly come back to this again. Okay, so you can see Martin Modern, Martin Place, Residences, Starlight Suites, Rivergate. Guys, from a consultant point of view, I felt there must always be case study that you put up that is always in your Dropbox, in your iPhone, that you can conveniently bring out to show your customer, especially when they have got objection. So this is a very common objection. If you guys don't know how to counter or talk to your customers nicely with all these, okay, you will face a very uphill battle when you try to close a deal. So this is a very famous example. Of course, I'm the division director for Martin Modern, so I just want to show you this example. Right, so it has recently TOP Martin Modern, right? So if you look at this, the characteristic will be at that point in time when Martin Modern launched, we face a very difficult countering objection by consumer because this is the only 99 years there, whereby the rest are freehold property. Okay, then of course Starlight Suite, okay, TOP in 2014, even though it's a small project, but it is probably considered the newer project when we launched. Okay, I remember there was actually a fund house who actually come into Starlight Suites and buy multiple unit, and this fund house is also one of our developer. They are still selling now. So I want to show you this chart, okay, from 2017. At that point in time, you realize this 99 years property selling at about 2001, 2002 per square foot. At that point in time, everybody was complaining, why don't we go and buy a $1,900 to $2,000 freehold property just directly opposite Core Martin Place or Rivergate. You know, Rivergate is a very nice project. The swimming pool is a river, right? So it has been there for very long. You faces the river, okay, Singapore River. So of course, we understand consumers doubt about this Martin Modern at that point in time, right? But somehow or rather, you realize, fast forward, okay, now that it has TOP 4 years later, this 99 years project actually increased $400 to $500 per square foot, comparing to the freehold property, which only appreciate $300 per square foot, right? So of course, if you ask me, everybody who puts money wants to get more money. To me, tenure, yes, is important, but not the most important, right? In the beginning years of every new launch, I felt investors can be rest assured it will be extremely safe for the 10, 15 years, no problem for a 99 years. Why do I say that? Because as long as you have got a good project with proven characteristics, okay, on top of freehold, leasehold, okay, it is worth considering. So can somebody just tell me, why do you think this leasehold property called Martin Modern gets to do better than a freehold property? What are other proven characteristics that we know about Martin Modern? Anybody? Come test whether you all know about Martin Modern or not. Why do you think Martin Modern does well even though it's 99 years? Location is the same. Rivergate is also the same location. But why Martin Modern inside the project? Why somehow or rather buyers love this project? Because it is new. You are right, Agnes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening to me, you must always understand the buying behavior in Singapore is that people always like it new. I repeat, people always like it new when project. Okay, it's like ladies, when you go and look for a bag, do you want to buy from Carousel or do you want to go to the boutique and buy a brand new bag? It's exactly the same feeling for a lot of people when it comes to buying property. On top of that, of course, we understand there will be like good developers, good concept, good architect. These are also consideration, right? To tell you, okay, whether this project is good. 400 over units, okay, very reasonable size in that location. Good facilities. When you got big land size like Martin Modern, you got good facilities, big swimming pool, you got secret garden, your roof terrace, etc. Right? So somehow or rather, Martin Modern made it. Okay, they made $500 over per square foot. Okay, and if you look at this, these are the profit that this 99 years property made. Somebody who buy a 3-bedroom premium, 1,400 square feet, made almost 800,000, right? Bought in 2017, sold few months ago, about 4 years, made 800 over 1,000. Okay, there are people who make 300,000, 300,000, right? How many of you agree these are good profit for 4 years in considering today's market? If you think these are good profit, can you just type yes? Okay, I tell you this is because when your customers, when you want to sell a property whereby they got concern over freehold, leasehold, probably can you bring out this slide, show it to them? People made money. These are profitable, okay, transactions from square foot, age-prop, right? That tells you they made money. So property tip, leasehold property gives a better investment return. Why do I say that? Because somehow or rather, when you are priced 15-20% below the freehold property, your entry price is lower, your down payment is lesser, you don't come out with so much cash and CPF, you pay lesser tax. Okay, when I say tax, it's about your buyer stamp duty and also your additional buyer stamp duty. Because a higher premium, a higher quantum always pay more. Okay, but not forgetting, freehold doesn't mean don't buy freehold. Freehold is good provided the pricing and other proven characteristics are there, then you can consider. But we must understand freehold property has got an advantage when it comes to financing. When property ages, right, when they are getting older, freehold has got no problem. The bank will continue to finance your property. If you want to do an equity term loan, no problem. So financing for freehold property has definitely not a problem. But today's culture, a lot of people don't buy property and hold for 30 years, 40 years. Do you agree with me? A lot of people make money, they will just take out the money and buy another property that will give them a faster return. Okay, I'm just going on to my second characteristic. Okay, in fact, there's a lot of proven characteristic that you probably got to go through with your customer. It's all about new and old. Okay, everybody wants to close new launch, but you must really identify, is it really new launch that is worth considering? Why not buy resale? Okay, if statistics shows that new launch make more money, then why don't you show it to your customer? Then it will be easier for you to close a deal, right? So resale versus new launch is something that you must be very good at as well. So my question to you, in today's market, which is a better buy? If you think resale is a better buy, can you just type resale? If you think new launch is a better buy, can you just type new launch? Which one do you think is a better buy in today's market? New launch or resale? Okay. Only Priscilla say new launch because Priscilla want to close new launch. Okay, let me bring you to a case study called Forest Wood. Why is Forest Wood important? Because Forest Wood also recently TOP. If you guys are familiar with Forest Wood, okay, a comparable project, at that point in time when they launched, it's probably only some blades, right? Why do I say that? Because in terms of size, okay, even though 𝙈𝙤𝙤 is definitely older, but there isn't a lot of new launch at that point in time. Mostly are very small boutique projects, okay, in the landed enclave. So 𝙈𝙤𝙤 and Forest Wood becomes comparable when Forest Wood was launched. Okay, both 99 years, if you can see, right? 99 years, 519 units. Sorry, can you all hear me? Breaking up, is it? Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Is it better? Okay, no, I unshare. If y'all can hear me, can you just type yes? Then I'll share screen again. All right, if you can hear me, okay, better. Okay, sorry about that. I share screen again. So we come back to this Forest Wood and 𝙈𝙤𝙤 example. So this is one, okay, I always like to take reference from the project that is recently TOP, right? So no point you keep telling your buyers that next time in 4 to 5 years time, you will confirm make money, but you don't go give them proven example. So proven example means you must go and find projects whereby it ever made money before. Okay, so if you look at this, even though these 99 years Forest Wood, that time when we launched is about 1,003, 1,004 per square foot, which is a significant difference compared to resale. If you that time you don't buy Forest Wood, trust me, there are buyers. No lah, crazy. We will buy 𝙈𝙤𝙤, right? Forest Wood sells so high. Okay, then you realize that Forest Wood actually appreciate $250 to $300 in 4 years, whereby 𝙈𝙤𝙤 only appreciate $100 to $150 per square foot. And these are not the only examples that we can bring it to you for new launch and resale. So these are proven characteristic, proven projects whereby they are profitable. I mean, given a choice, you got only one chance, you can only buy one property, Forest Wood or 𝙈𝙤𝙤. Trust me, people, like what you say just now, people always prefer new project, right? With good facilities, good developer. Okay, so that's why it went up $250 to $300 per square foot. So look at the profit. People who buy in, okay, made 300 over 1,000, minimum also 200 over 1,000, right? So 300,000 in 4 years, I think is still very healthy considering the amount of cooling measures that we have. They didn't buy very big size. This is probably the 3-bedroom compact, 900 over square feet. If you can see 915, 700 over square feet probably is the 2-bedroom. 2-bedroom still can make this amount of money. I think not too bad. 200 over 1,000 every year. You have a capital appreciation of 50, 60,000. Right? You invest, you want to grow your money. Property is one way every year. On top of your active income, you still can have your capital appreciation. Okay, one more example, Commonwealth Towers. Okay, beside MRT station, 800 over units, right? At that point in time when we launched Commonwealth Towers, it was the start of cooling measures, right? Cooling measures started in 2013. If I remember correctly, Commonwealth Towers started about 2014 or about. Okay, they bought the land at 2013. And that time, if you don't buy Commonwealth Towers, you probably can consider this resale property, freehold called Alexis, or the 99 years directly opposite Commonwealth Towers, which is in the market since the early 2000, 700 over units. So if you ask me, Commonwealth Towers and Queens at that point in time, they are the nearest competitor, one resale and one new launch, that you can consider bring your buyers into. And this is by Hong Leong, right? Commonwealth Towers is by Hong Leong. Let me show you. Look at this. Commonwealth Towers, the one in blue, appreciated $200 to $300 per square foot. Queens being very sizable, very functional in layout, very suitable for own stay. Somehow or rather, this old project didn't appreciate too much, right? It became stagnant. And you look at this freehold small project called Alexis, right? Somehow or rather, at the same year, 2014, you don't buy Commonwealth Towers, you choose to buy that freehold property, it goes down, right? Then stagnant, then goes down again. Let me ask you a question. How many of you can tell me why Alexis don't do well in 4 years? Anybody? Come, can you just type in the answer? Why do you think Alexis don't do well? Layout, probably. Layout problem. But if you look at this, right, you realize that it is not very near to MRT station. They do a lot of small development, shoebox, and location. You cannot win somebody beside MRT station. Trust me, tenants are very simple. They just want to have good location, good transportation, connectivity, right? Most of them don't drive. So if you have got Commonwealth Towers that is brand new, better facilities, bigger project beside MRT station, trust me, you are on the upper hand, right? So if you can, sometimes when your customers wants to go and buy the small project freehold, then you can show them this example, Alexis. Stagnant, I still think okay. Wow, it goes down in terms of price. I think it's very tough. I think people don't set new benchmark in this project. Somehow or rather, people struggle to sell off this product. Or I have not been to Alexis for a while already. Probably, I guess, the project never maintained very well. Because it's considered a smaller project. When your MCST don't do a good job, people go for viewing, don't have a good experience. People will want to lowball you and buy from you at a lower price. Then over time, the price will continue to drop. So I want to show you this Commonwealth Towers. If you made your customers enter into this project in 2014, you realize that, somehow or rather, all these people made 300 over 1,000. Probably I can show you this 80 units of profitable transaction. There's only 5 unprofitable. Guys, there's always unprofitable transactions, but how we take a guideline, a reference is always how many people make money out of this project and how many people lose money out of this project. To me, these are very healthy number. Majority of the people made money. So once in a while, you have got people who just want to quickly let go, or probably they sell to their own relative, never sell too expensive. So it's a -18, -8. Not too huge of a loss, but majority of them still make money, right? And I took this out from SRX as well. You realize that these are the trend line that I also did some calculation for you. If you can see CCR since 2017, which is 15 years ago, it started from $1,700 per square foot. Today, from here, it went up to here, $2,700 per square foot average for core central region, right? And this is only an increment of 51%, which if you ask me, core central region didn't really appreciate too much, taking into the context whereby I see more opportunities in core central region now. Right, RCR property, you see, in 2007, it started with 1,087 per square foot. Right, today, if you want to buy something, the average is about $2,000 per square foot. It increased 84% already. Okay, and if you ask me, OCR, okay, if you bought something in 2017, probably the new launch now become more expensive. Right, you appreciated 113%. Okay, guys, 130% means you put 1 million, the property becomes $2 million. Right, these are the new home 15 years price trend in different region. Okay, I just want to show you the difference. Price do go up, okay, these 15 years. So the property tips about this resale and new launch, generally what you need to understand as a consultant is that new launches somehow or rather will outperform resale property, right? Summary, what have I gone through before I invite Daniel up? Okay, everybody from today onwards, I want you to use this two-step formula to talk to your customer. Every property, whether they want to, before they buy, you need to go through this two-step formula with them to identify whether is it profitable. Okay, can you go into this investment or not? First, you must go through with them. Is that proven characteristic of a profitable property? If you want to buy this small project, somehow or rather, can you find case study whereby people ever made money from this kind of characteristic, right? Whether is it tenure, whether is it leasehold, whether is it developer. Okay, I think all these are very, very important. Okay, second thing, you need to judge whether is this a right entry price. So you need to go through with your customer, the second step, which today I didn't go through with you, right? On how you analyze the pricing. You need to do your CMA, freehold versus leasehold. Just now I show you a slide, okay? The difference between freehold and leasehold, if they are placed side by side together, it should hover around 15 to 20%. If you see a freehold property beside a leasehold that is only probably like 5-10% more expensive, then I think it is worth considering this is a right entry price, vice versa. All right, so this is something that you need to discuss. You must understand when you meet your customer, there must be this two formula coming out when you discuss with them. So I also show you some example of proven characteristic. The first one I show you is about freehold, leasehold. To me, we don't judge whether freehold or leasehold is better. And which one can make money, you buy which one. It can be freehold, it can be leasehold. But you must provide the knowledge to enroll your customer. Okay, don't just allow them to buy a freehold because they hear from somebody, from the parents that only can buy freehold. Then they will be losing out a lot of opportunities. Okay, second thing that I gone through with you was actually the resale and new launch, right? So you must, okay, go into this case study mode with your customers when you discuss about resale and new launch. But through talking, it's very difficult for you to convince your customer. You must show them case study, then it will work. You must show them the sample, the examples that I show you, okay? Or even through our ERA portal, you can download all these slides. Okay, these are a couple of things. During your Zoom discussion or when you go to visit their place, you must be able to go through with them some case study, freehold, leasehold, resale, new launch, okay, etc. So this is my prediction for the next 6 to 12 months. I need every one of you to double up in terms of your sales. Okay, very simple. This is every year this time we always have got record-breaking transactions, record-breaking price. Okay, and this year is very special because every sector in the market does well, from HDB, okay, to your mass market condo, to project launch, okay, to even your rental. It has been doing well. So if nothing changed for the next 12 months, I believe prices will still continue to go up, because just now, the first few slides I already show you. You can show your customer, if you don't buy now, okay, trust me, prices will continue to increase, because everywhere in Singapore, we don't have a lot of supply left. Developer will rush into GLS and buy more land, okay, to build more houses if they want to continue in the business, right? Developers are there because they want to sell houses, okay? So because of this supply and demand issue in Singapore, prices will continue to break record. New launch resale will continue to hit record per square foot, record quantum. Even your HDB, trust me, you will have got record COV coming up. There will be more HDB transacting at more than $1 million for sure. Okay, taking into consideration a lot of BTO, okay, is coming to 5 years MOP in prime district. Okay, I mean the better HDBs nearer to the city, they are all coming to MOP. So we are going to see a hike in cash over valuation. And you somehow or other you realize that there's a lot of people who are willing to pay cash over valuation. How many of you close a HDB that customer pays COV1? Can you just type COV inside the chat group? Because I realize a lot of HDB transactions just call and inform that there's COV. If you have closed a HDB with COV, can you just type inside the chat group? Hey, come on, steady, don't let me talk to myself. Can we have some interaction? Hello. Right? COV, yes. Okay, then talking about cooling measures, I do personally felt, okay, we are in a mode of recovery now. If you look at the property price index, right? But never take it for granted. Never take it that government will not come out with cooling measure. It's like in 2018, nobody expected, okay, government to suddenly at 7 p.m. announce cooling measure. Okay, 2359, we will implement this, right? So even for your first-time buyers, you must tell them, even if they come out new cooling measures, it might potentially affect them. Why do I say that? Because if you remember, we used to sell property at 90%, okay, loan, 10% down payment, then become 80-20, then now it's 75-25. What if government come out with new cooling measure, okay, for you to have down payment of 30%? Will it affect you as a first timer? So these are questions that you need to ask your potential buyers. Okay, so further cooling measure is near and possible. Okay, if every project we continue to sell so well despite COVID situation, there is a possibility. Okay, any questions so far for me? Today I show you only 2 proven characteristics. Okay, if you have got no question and if you are ready for Daniel to share with you how to engage your customer so that you can ace your new launch project presentation, can you just type Daniel's name inside the chat group, okay, so that he is ready to start. You can share your screen, Daniel. Okay. Okay, type Daniel if you are ready. Come on, guys. Okay, without further ado, let's put our hands together and welcome Daniel, who is sitting beside me. Okay. Okay, go ahead, Daniel.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, today I would like to share with you on how to engage your customer and ace your new launch presentation. Okay, so for this one, it's not necessary you need to be a tagger or whatever. Sound very distant. Okay, give me a while. Can hear me? Can hear me well? Okay, so it is not necessary that you need to be a tagger or be it this. Okay, so for your case, for this one, okay, disclaimer first, okay, because this one is for my own reference. Okay, so short introduction about myself. Okay, the awards, all this not important. It's just that you need to know that I'm the project IC for Leiden Green and tagger for Avenue South Residences. Okay, so do find me. Okay, so now based on this pre-meetup with the buyer, non-call or buyer, be it, things that you need to take note is First, what is the buyer's budget? Secondly, okay, how many bedroom is the buyer looking at? So for sometimes, right, buyer might have this amount of budget, but they are looking at 3 bedrooms. So, but as for the budget wise, it cannot match. But nevertheless, don't slam them down. Why? Because you can actually introduce 2 plus study as well. Okay, so just show them first, and what other projects are the buyer interested or going to build the show flat. Okay, so this one you have to know. So in order for you to actually excel in this project that you will be presenting, so does the buyer know about the promotion going on? So in the event, if let's say for the projects that you are actually showing to the buyer, there is promotion, you need to highlight to them. Okay, in the event, if let's say they are not sure, after sit in, flash this promotion to them to give them a wow effect. Will the non-core be comfortable with me by asking the buyer in that current situation? Okay, like for example, if let's say buyer is selling house or the house not sold yet, or this, I need to know so I can advise them accordingly. Lastly, will the non-core be comfortable for me to push for check from the buyer? Yeah. So sometimes, if let's say if you are looking for taggers or whatever, you need to highlight to them. Okay, because some as for tagger always is the bad guy lah, to push for check all this. Yeah. So non-core usually will be the good guy to pacify the buyer or this. Okay. Next, coming in to the show flat presentation. Okay. Important thing, these 3 key points you have to take note is the introduction of the show flat of the project itself, and number 2 is the show unit, and thirdly, the most importantly, is the table closing. So what things that we actually need to do to prepare for these 3 items, these 3 things that we need to take note. For the first introduction, when we introduce the show flat, we have to go through the location. Always go through the location map first. In the event, if let's say the buyer, he is staying around there, so we can skip this. And secondly, we will go through the model. Third, whatever you see on the wall, okay, after the model, because developer, they don't just put anything for fun on the wall one. Everything on the wall is very useful. Okay. On the second segment, the show unit, okay, what we need to introduce them is the material and finishing of the show flat unit. Thirdly, the space. This one is very important because nowadays, although per square feet are small, but as for developer, they actually design in a way to make it spacious. Appliances, yeah. So nowadays, appliances are also one of the key things that buyer will take note. Okay, end day. So this one is the most important segment because how well we introduce the location, all this, the model, the show unit, all this. So we just need this. This is the most important, the table closing, which is we need the buyer to come in to sit in with us to know more. So for table closing, what I usually will prepare is the first thing is the margin gap, rentability of the project, transformation happening around us, the schools, MRT, supply and demand, maintenance fee, and the superstar effect. And is the summary. Okay, so now we touch down on the location map first. So in the event, if let's say buyer is not staying around here, we have to show them this location map. We bring them there. We tell them, okay, this is for reference, we're taking from Avenue South Residences. What are the things that is surrounding them and where is it located at? Okay. So location map also have, what we have is the drive to the future southern waterfront, the MRT walking distance, the upcoming MRT walking distance, all this. Yeah. So all these are very standard. Okay. Yeah. So introducing, after which, after the location map, right, we'll introduce the show model. So, okay, so as for the show model, right, when we are actually going through the show model, we will also touch down on the project information. Uh, so project details is along the way when we are introducing the show model, we will go through with them as well. So no need to show them this one. We just remember this by heart. We'll do. So coming into the show model, okay, always start to introduce is starting from the main entrance. So from the main entrance, we will go through the model slowly, the flow, and tell them where the bus stop, everything, all this, the amenities here and there. And then it's just like storytelling, just tell story like that. It's to make it very engaging and interesting, most importantly. So the customer will actually stick to you and listen to you. Okay, why is it so we have to actually go through the show unit, the model in details on every single details is from the main entrance all the way to the surrounding around them, what facilities actually have. Yeah, because why? Because don't tell them whatever transformation that is coming in at the start because they are not interested to know. And even you tell them, they also will forget one, they will black off. So just tell them briefly, there is a transformation at the site. It's the rear corridor like this. So later on, I will touch on with you in detail. Yeah, because in case you might forget. Yeah. So now I briefly go through with you to let you see the model because you will be more interested in looking at the model and the show flat. Okay. So next, slowly go down around on the left side of the development is the gym, the swimming pool, all this. We will slowly go through, let them see how the development, how good is the development is, and slowly introduce to them, let them visualize whatever. Yeah, slowly, really have to be very slow. The play area, the playground, because for buyers with children, they would like to know where the playground is. And buyer without children, they also want to know where the playground is because it will cause noise, ma. Gym, because nowadays for buyers, they are very, very health conscious. They want to see how big the gym, all this are. And then it's all about the facilities, lah. So introduction of the show model is all about the facilities. So you have to let them see the show model on the facilities. And then at the meantime, if let's say if you can, your iPad you have to bring on hand, to show them the pictures of the galleries. Yeah, from EIA Pro we will have all the galleries pictures. And lastly, we go up to the clubhouse, all this, to let them visualize how great it is to invite their client or their visitors, their friends or relatives over, to let them have a unicorn dream, a view that, wow, it is so fantastic. Okay. So next that we will introduce is whatever we see on the wall. Okay, from your left side, you can get to see the location map. So these one are all the different show flat. Okay, from the entaries, you will have the MRT line, all this, where the food all are. Yeah, so you can actually introduce them one by one to let them know more on the project. So next segment is the show flat viewing. Show flat viewing, what we would like to emphasize is material and finishing. Okay. Secondly, but in the event, if let's say the materials that they actually get to see from other show flat are marble flooring, but the one that you are presenting is porcelain tiles, just briefly go through, the floor tiles, porcelain, full stop, and skip to other thing. Okay. And emphasize more on the space in the event. If let's say this one, the space is better. Okay. And appliances, this one, for the show flat unit, show flat viewing is just as simple as that. No need to say until wow, the flooring from where. No need, but you need to know. Okay. Okay. Crucial moment. This is very important because in the previous for the model and the location map and the show flat viewing, show flat unit viewing, all this, it's all what the customer want to see. Yeah. So now is the crucial moment. Why? It depends whether the customer want to sit in with you. Yeah, this is the most important. Usually, I will have to prepare for sit in for table closing. This one is very important because this is the time that I will actually take about 1 hour plus. Yeah. So based on my tagging procedure, my tagging experience, previously I would say it is about 80% hit rate. I can close. Yeah, because my tagging is not so many. Yeah, in a month probably about 4. Yeah, so good month like last month I can achieve uh 5 to 6 tagging to close 5 to 6 tagging. So this one is very important for the sit in for table closing. This one you all have to listen very carefully. So are you with me now? If yes, type yes. So are you ready? Okay. So this is important. Okay, things to prepare for table closing. So be it you are either you are tagger or you are the non-core. Okay, sometimes for me I'm not so lucky when I swing buyer over to other show flat. I don't get to because it is too last minute. I can't actually get tagger to help me to present. Yeah, so I will prepare all this thing for the table closing in the event there isn't any taggers around. Yeah. So things to prepare is the site plan. This one very important. 2, laptop slide. 3 is the iPad elevation chart. So these 3 you must have in order to sit in for table closing. So usually for client, they will say, "Oh, I have not enough time. I need to rush off all this." So I will say one thing: can I have 15 minutes of your time? Because just now you have get to see the model and the show flat, but you haven't get to know what is the future development in this current show flat. Yeah, so I just need 15 minutes of your time to let you understand more on this development. Yeah, from there you will think that whether this is a good buy or not. Yeah. Okay. So usually customer will entertain me for this 15-minute sit in for table closing, and I feel that it is really important because the moment customer don't want to sit in, gone already. Okay. So things that you need to prepare. Okay, I will share with you on this one, the slide, the laptop slide that you can do it for any of the launch. Okay. First thing is the margin gap. Okay, so as for margin gap, okay, I will take an example for 𝙕𝙃𝘿. Okay, the land bid is 1790, but selling price, the break-even price is 2444. So averagely, the developer is selling at 2006 per square feet. So it is about 10% profit margin. So I'll also share with them on the previous show flat or any show flat that they will actually visit to see what are the profit margin based on the land bid. So for this one, margin gap, it is very important because I have proof on the site is the extract from this SRX for the transaction over there. Okay. So from there, after which is the rentability. I'll show them on the neighboring projects how healthy is the rental and whether they can fetch good rental from there. This is very important. So figures tell them everything. So I will show them all this thing, all the figures, the facts and figures to let them gauge whether it is a good launch, whether it is a good buy or not. Transformation, and this is important. So I always, until here, I will tell the customer, you have to listen to me very, very carefully because rentability, margin gap, all this you have already absorbed. And this one, you need to pay attention to me. So we have to be very engaging with the customer. So from here, he will really look at you and I say, I will look at him. Don't look at me. Look at the screen because I'm talking to you about transformation. You really have to pay full attention. From then on, they will really pay full attention. Okay, so you have to go through the transformation that is happening around the development. Yeah. So in the event, if let's say if you are selling meatwood over there, dairy farm, not many transformation, and also surrounded by the uh, freehold properties over there. So you have to think of something else. Like what is there? Over there is about the scenery. MRT is already done up. So all the transformation is more or less done up, waiting for you to execute. So it depends on how you talk. Okay. Yeah. So always bear in mind, in the event, if let's say if you are selling this Sky Everton, okay, Sky Everton, always take a look out on the URA map, the master plan, from the URA. Okay, this one on during March I closed Sky Everton because I prepared all this the slide for the customer. So I did this transformation thing, and I actually informed the buyer that have to take note about this MRT, the Cantonment MRT, which will be ready by 2025. And looking into this URA website, the master plan, it is not a normal MRT because why? The Tanjong Pagar terminal, it will be conserved for the facade. So meaning to say, it is very big, right? Yeah. Then they will say, yes, it is a very big plot of land. Correct. So it is not a normal MRT because in this URA master plan, it is stated as blue zone. Blue zone meaning to say it is commercial. So it is a mixed use of office, shopping, uh, bank, restaurant, cinema, or any entertainment. So I will tell the customer, most likely it will be a shopping center. Yeah. So MRT usually is in basement two. So you have basement one and level one for your shopping. So it is not a normal MRT. They'll say, yeah, perhaps, yeah, but always remember, because Singapore is mimicking this Hong Kong, they want to make it a point. Every MRT station have a shopping mall. So this one you have to tell your customer. So this Cantonment MRT is not a normal MRT. Yeah. So whenever MRT is up, in the past, MRT is ready, is in operation, price start to go up. Some more, yours is a shopping mall, it's a mixed use, it's a commercial. What do you think? They'll think a lot already. Yeah. So from there, this transformation, you really need to ask them to take note. Okay. So the next question is they'll ask, is there any school over there? Yeah. So for schools, you need to highlight to them what are the good school that is around the vicinity. So you need to know before you meet up with them, you need to know that they got children or not. The children is daughter or son. This one very important. Amenities. Yeah. Amenities, you also need to highlight, let them know where got things to buy or whatever. And then we will come back into the location map again. Why? Because some of the buyer, they don't drive. So they don't drive, you need to let them know where is the MRT station and minutes walk to the MRT station. How long the MRT station, the future MRT station, how will it look like? The artist impression, all this, you can show it to them. So buyer really very curious. Like for example, Avenue South, approximately from Google Map, it is about 6 to 7 minutes walk along the rear corridor. So I told the buyer, I also don't believe Google Map. So I go down and walk. It really takes me 6 minutes. If you don't believe, we can go down and walk together. I help you time. So buyer will choose to believe you from there. Okay, so this one, you have to show the buyer for the MRT station, how many minutes walk, all this. Yeah. And then we will come back into the project information because just now during at the show model there, you tell the buyer how many blocks, how many units, all this. They will forget one. They will definitely forget. But most importantly is you need to let them know, highlight to them about the TOP date and how big is the land and the number of units that you have. Okay, so coming in, so they from then for until here at this point of time, after the transformation, the location, all this, and the boring thing is the location and the project details, so project details all are very very dry, so they will feel sian already. So until here, you have to show them something interesting. So you tell them, okay, now the boring part is over. Now I'll show you the supply and demand. So for the vicinity project over here, what are the supply and demand? Okay, land bid how much? Okay, and transacted price is how much? And compared to current project that you are buying, do you think it is worth it? Yeah, they will think about it. They'll think, yeah, over here is cheaper. Yeah, so when they haven't get to say that it is a good buy, you have to flash to them on the right. This one is extract from the EIA Pro, the maintenance fee. So showing them the other project maintenance fee, yeah, will actually help you to close your deal effectively. Okay, so like 15 Holland Hill land bid is how much? It is the land bid is 𝙕𝙃𝘿 is higher, but as for 15 Holland Hill is lower. But end day, their selling price is much higher than 𝙕𝙃𝘿 because number of units are lesser, and their maintenance fee are crazy. Okay, and end day after showing them the supply and demand of the vicinity projects, okay, and they, if let's say they want to view other project and in the nick of time you are unable to get any appointment, no worry, you can actually go into the EIA Pro to show them the virtual tour. Okay, so after showing them this supply and demand, okay, it's up to its current one, we have to show them our maintenance fee that you prepare to close. Yeah, show them the breakdown. Oh, they'll see, over here maintenance fee is lower. Yeah, so that's why you can actually tell them, I'm bringing you to the right project. Yeah, so in the event if you go to other project, you did not get to know the maintenance fee and you might buy wrongly. So superstar effect, and they after seeing the maintenance fee is relatively low, everything is affordable, they are almost here and there is ready. Yeah, because after the transformation, they are more or less ready already. So you have to flash them this superstar effect on the last slide. Yeah, to let them see the panoramic view. In the event don't have panoramic view, you can show them other things as well, because every project have their own unique selling point. Okay, so this one is the, like for example, some of the projects have the drone view, like for example Sky Everton or Avenue South, they have drone view, so you can go to the EIA Pro to show them this drone view. Okay, so now we are ready, prepared for closing. So at this point of time, my slide is almost finished already, it's done already, they have absorbed everything. So the site plan is already in front of them to let them choose unit. Yeah. So elevation chart is on the iPad on the other hand. So I'll push everything to in front of them to let them choose the unit. When I am showing them the drone view, so they can see the image over there, on block view, front or back, never mind, whether they like it. Okay. Usually I'll show them the sea view first, but the price is higher. So after which they will select the unit from the site plan. Then I will show them the price. So in the event it definitely will be over their budget. So I will turn the drone view to the unblocked view. I will tell them actually this one also not bad. Yeah. So you can actually choose this one. Yeah. Cheaper and you can get to see the sea view, all this. So script for closing. Okay. At this point of time, when everything you show hand already are all in there, yeah, the site plan, elevation chart, and all this, the laptop slide, all this, the script for closing. Do you like this development so far? Yeah, but normally, when I see their facial expression, I don't ask. I will straight away help them to select unit already. So after selecting unit, I will say, shall we proceed? Okay. Yeah. So because sometimes based on the budget wise, right, they couldn't afford this. So you have to recommend them unit. Like for example, just now initially buyer will actually say, I actually want a 3 bedroom, but based on their budget couldn't match. Couldn't match, huh? So you can propose to them, I will recommend this unit because it meets your budget and also meets your requirement. I'll always push them 2+ study because I'll show them how the 2+ study looks like. And the study room can actually fit a single bed. So already meet their purpose, meet their budget orders. So do you agree? Yeah. So I'll bring them back to the show flat to see. Yeah. So they see already, most likely they will confirm the unit. Okay. Nothing is always smooth, correct? So handling objection. Nowadays, objection are usually, I find per square feet too high. So in the event, if let's say this really happened, what will you do? Okay, I will show them this, I'll flash to them. During the 2018, year 2018 DBS report, I'll show them. During 2018, DBS report reported that PSF will be on 2009 on average by 2030. And in today's market, today is 2021, what are happening? Okay, first thing, I always take this one for reference. Pasir Ris 8 sells 85% of the units at up to 2,000 per square feet. Developer confirms server price review. So I would say Pasir Ris can sell at 2,000 per square feet. Over here, do you think it's worth it? Yeah. So looking back at the report earlier at 2018, that DBS actually says that 2009 per square feet during by 2023. So on average, the price increment for every 2018 until now is 3 years, 3 years price increment about 3 years back is averagely about 1,006, 1,007. We say 1,007 per square feet. Now plus $300. Okay, will be 2,000. So 2021 to 2030 is another 9 more years. So you subdivide. Every 3 years increase 300 per square feet. They will hit their target. Yeah. So if today, if you don't buy, you continue to wait, you will never get to buy. Unless you go back to resale. But resale, do you think you will make money? Yeah. So we'll show them the future plan. Okay. In year 2021, land bid. Record price, okay, for Lentor per square feet bid at 1,002. Ang-Mo-Kio bid at 1,001 per square feet. So in the event, if let's say if we do a calculation after minus the put into consideration of the development charge, everything, the construction cost, so averagely they will be selling starting from 1,950 per square feet in future. So it will be a norm already. Because why? Pasir Ris 8 can already sell 2,000 per square feet, and the future launch will be going at 1,950 per square feet. So what will happen 9 years later? So in the event today you are buying this unit at 2,002 per square feet, what will happen 9 years later? Do you think you will make a huge profit? Yeah, when things really selling at 2,009 per square feet in future, and let's say today, by then, today you buy at 2,002, by then you sell at 2,007, you make a profit of 500 per square feet. So I will always show this to them, let them think, and then my elevation chart, site plan will still be there. So is this unit okay with you? Shall we proceed with it? Yeah, they will have no time to think, because when they listen to you about this thing, this one, or the per square feet in the future, all this and happening now, they will really think that, oh, it is a good buy, I should buy. Yeah. So this one is the last weapon that you need to take up. Yeah. Or after you close the deal already, you can actually flash this to them if you bo liao lah. Yeah, you can actually show them this one to convince them that they are actually buying the right product. Okay, so that's about it for my segment. Yeah, because for this one, it's just that for the slide in the event, if let's say you don't trust the tagger or you don't think the tagger is good enough, you think that you are better, yeah, you can actually prepare this one for your client in order to close the deal. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, any question for Daniel? Okay, I felt even though we always have got a tagger, but once in a while, you must understand your role being a non-core. Okay, when you bring it to a tagger, okay, whenever the tagger needs support, you can also take out your Dropbox link and take out your presentation kit to help support. Okay, it's always better to have two consultants to one customer rather than you just leave it completely to your taggers to do the whole show, right?